talk about this chair. This chair was purchased at OfficeDepot.com in September of 2017. I am not an affiliate of OfficeDepot.com, nor have I been paid to endorse this product. I stumbled across this chair when I was in search of an office chair that was white with a smooth center back. The plan was to embroider a patch and glue it to the center of the chair. However, once I saw these chairs were $169.99 with $100 off for the Labor Day weekend. And I had a coupon that I was able to apply to my order. And so I purchased two and brought it down to $55 each. Okay, and so to put my name on this chair, I no longer wanted to do embroidery. I wanted to do heat transfer vinyl. First, I had to find out what the chair was made of. I learned that the chair was made of 100% bonded leather, which is basically a reconstituted leather or a blended leather. And it's a manufacturer term for upholstery material which contains animal hide. What is animal hide? Animal hide is animal skin treated for human use. And so I am going to apply heat transfer vinyl to this area here. And my concern is, can this chair withstand the heat that will be dispersed from the Cricut Easy Press? And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test it out in a small area, and then I will apply the real heat transfer vinyl to it. So I'll meet you over at my table. Okay, so I have this chair laying on my table in an upright position, and we are going to be performing this test underneath the seat of this chair. This is the perfect area to perform this test, being that no one is going to see it. I've already cut out my test design, which is just my name, and I've weeded it. And so I'm just going to adhere it here, and I am going to use a little piece of heat transfer tape to hold it in place. Okay, so I'm going to use my Teflon sheet to cover the chair because I really don't want to burn my chair. And I'm going to use regular tape. So this is Kandia's masking tape, and it can be found at KandiaHaynesworth.com. I am going to be using this just to tape down the Teflon sheet onto my chair so it doesn't shift. Okay, and this way my chair is protected in all areas away from the heat, okay? And so now my Cricut Easy Press is ready, and it is set at 330 degrees, and it is set to 30 seconds. However, I am going to press for 15 seconds and let it cool off for 15 seconds, and I'm going to do that in increments of 3. Okay, so here's my Cricut Easy Press, and as you can see, it's set to 330 degrees, and I am just going to apply it and press. Okay, so I'm going to try to apply some pressure as best as I can. This is somewhat of an awkward position, but I'm going to try my best not to smear it or move this press. And so we're down to 15 seconds. I'm going to lift it up, let it cool off, and then I'm going to apply it again for another 15 seconds. And we're just going to do this for 3 times. This is my second time. I'll do it another time, and then I will peel it off and see how it did. And once again, I am just applying light pressure. Okay, I'm doing it one final time. Okay, so now I'm going to peel it off, starting with the Teflon sheet. Now let's see how this did. This is hot. Okay, it's looking good, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so look at that. That looks very good. And now see, this is the results that I was looking for. It's nice and smooth. I could just kind of, it's hot, but it's nice and smooth, and it's fused into the bonded leather. That's the look that I was going for. With the embroidery, it would have been protruding out, And even with the a cold transfer vinyl, it would have protruded out just slightly, but this really looks like it is a custom look, and it is something that will be very impressive. You know, everything here pretty much has Kandia on it. This is just another item and another service that I can promote to my customers. Okay, so we are ready to apply the real thing. So I am going to print out my real logo or cut it out using my Cricut Maker, and I will meet you back here so we can do an actual measurement of exactly how and where to apply the heat transfer vinyl. Okay, so remember we had measured this before, and this was at 18 inches. And so I'll put it here. And what I would recommend is that you find your midpoint. And to help you do that, you're going to need some tape. And I am using that Kandia's masking tape. Yeah, I'm starting to use this universally across the board outside of embroidery. And if you would like to purchase some of this masking tape, the link is going to be below. Okay, so I'm going to place one tape on one end right here, and then I'm going to place it on the other end. And then I'm going to take a third piece because we are going to place it halfway through, which is going to be at 9 inches. Okay, and so this area here is going to be your midpoint. Okay, and so this is how you're going to center up your design for the most part. And so I have my design already cut and read it out at this point. And so this is what we are using, okay? And so I know that the center point of my design needs to be here. So what I'm going to do is just kind of lift my measuring tape up, and I'm just going to put it here. And I'm not going to cover the 9 because I need to see it. But I just need it to be, you know, adhere temporarily down. All right, so with your design, what you want to do is, okay, this is going to be your sticky side, and this is going to be your dry side. All right, so you want to fold it on the dry side, so this area inside is dry, and you just want to fold it in half and make a crease. Okay, now be careful not to pull your vinyl off of your transfer tape, your transfer carrier rather. Okay, but you're going to put a crease in here because that's where you're going to find your fold is going to be your center area. Okay, so when you open it, it's going to give you a guide to where you are going to center your design. And so I'm just going to pair up the crease with the 9, and that's how you're going to center it. Before I do that though, I just want to take notice on measuring it here, because I just want to make sure that I'm not putting it too far up and I'm not putting it too far down. Okay, so I am just going to measure, putting the inch mark on the period in between my telephone number. Okay, so that's approximately a ½ inch away from the stitch line. The reason why I'm doing that is because I have 2 chairs. If I only had 1 chair, it wouldn't matter. But I want the chairs to look as close to identical as possible, and so that's why these measurements are important. Okay, and so once again, I'm putting the crease. The crease is going to be paired up with the 9, like so. And I am going to now just kind of finger press it in, just burnishing it, but not really hard, just a temporary hold. And then I'm going to take some heat transfer tape, okay, some heat transfer tape, and I'm going to adhere it to one side. Make sure that you are not covering your design. And I'm going to place it here just to hold it in place so it doesn't shift when I am pressing. And I am going to just put some heat transfer tape here and at the bottom. Okay, so now we have a nice hold on the transfer on the chair. Okay, and so I'm also going to use a Teflon sheet. All right, and just like before, we used a Teflon sheet to protect the chair. We want to continue protecting the chair. And at this point, you want to remove your tape measure, especially with that regular tape, because the Cricut press will, the Cricut Easy Press will burn it. All right, and so what I like to do, especially with this, is I like to make sure that the Teflon sheet is actually tucked under and the weight of the chair is going to hold it. But then I'm going to tape it. I'm going to tape it down because I really don't want it to come up. And I don't want it to move too much either because these Teflon sheets can be slippery. Alright, so we're going to leave it like that. And then I'm going to just reset my Cricut Easy Press. Okay, so my Cricut Easy Press is set at 330 degrees and is set at 30 seconds. However, I'm going to apply heat in 20-second increments 3 times, allowing it to cool off, not dry, but cool off in 10-second increments. Alright, and so I have it laid down and I just want to apply some pressure. And I'm going to try not to shift or move the press at 10 seconds. So now I'm going to let it cool off for 10 seconds. Okay, let's do it again. Let's see if I can let you see the time. I'm going to apply some pressure. Okay, so this is my final time that I am pressing down onto. And so we're down to the last 5 seconds. And we are ready. Okay, and so I'm going to lift up the Teflon sheet. And I can already tell that some areas did not get heated. Okay, so I want to come closer so you can see. You see where the numbers are at? See that? I can touch that. So that might be because of the contour of the chair. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that this is applied. Okay, I'm going to get a piece of tape to help me out because I don't want it to buckle up again. And this time I'm going to angle the Cricut Easy Press into the stitching area, just so I know that the heat is being applied properly. And it is still set at 330 degrees, and I am going to allow it to press into my chair for the full 30 seconds. Let's see if I was able to get it this time. I'm just going to inspect it first. Okay, so we are down to the last 10 seconds. Or 5 seconds rather, and as you can see I have angled it and applied some pressure. There we go. And now we are going to peel it off. Let's see, I'm going to inspect it first and slowly peel it off. It looks good so far. I'm concerned about the little letters. So far so good. Now I'm looking at the my little website here. So far so good. Perfect. Okay, so here is the finished product, and I absolutely love the way these came out. This looked like it was done in some big manufacturing warehouse, and it was done right here in my studio. And I really do like the way these came out. Now, if you would like to personalize your office furniture, such as these kind of chairs, but you don't want to invest in a Cricut maker or a vinyl cutter and all the materials, guess what? I got you covered. You can order personalization, heat transfer vinyl, personalization from KandiaHaynesworth.com. All you need is a home iron to apply this, okay? So you don't have to go out and buy a Cricut maker. You don't have to go out and buy a Cricut Easy Press. If you have a home iron, you can order the personalization from my company and do it yourself, okay? And I'll post the link below. Well, that's all I have for you today, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. And don't forget to hit that bell so you can be notified when I upload videos. And you can also come visit me on Facebook at KandiaHaynesworth.com and on Instagram at Kandia Haynesworth. Until then, I'll see you next time.